Hello and welcome to A Grief Journey. My name's Catherine and I made this channel to document my experiences and journey with grief after my 11-year-old daughter Kaya suddenly and unexpectedly died. Today, I want to talk about a very tricky emotion that I think most people in grief feel a lot of, and that is anger. So I want to talk about the benefits of anger, the drawbacks of anger, what I've learned about anger in this whole process, and how I'm trying to deal with my anger in the healthiest of ways now. So to start, I think a lot of people think of anger as just a negative emotion, an emotion you should try not to feel. I work in schools a lot with little kids, and I ask them, is anger bad? And they'll almost always say yes. And I think that is a problem. Anger has a purpose and a role in a complete, healthy life. So to start this video off, I want to talk about when anger is beneficial. So before I start with that, I want to talk about what anger does. When we feel angry, our focus narrows to just the problem at hand. So we don't have a lot of extra distractions when we get angry. It's just about the anger and the object or the person that we're angry at. This can be really helpful because you don't get as distracted. You don't have, other things popping up or throwing you off course if you're trying to deal with something important. Another thing anger does is it gives you an adrenaline shot. If you really need to react to a situation where someone is in harm's way, anger helps you do that. Another way anger helps you respond if someone's in danger is anger takes away your fear. It just kind of wipes out fear and panic. So think, for example, you see a kid running out into the road and you're angry at the driver for not seeing the kid. That anger can keep your fear of getting hit by the car yourself away so that maybe you can go get the kid out of harm's way. So in that most pure form of anger, think about like running out into the road to rescue the kid. When it's done, you're like, the kid is safe. Hopefully, I'm safe. Hopefully, maybe the driver then saw, the kid and you're not feeling angry at them anymore. And there's kind of a resolution to your anger and you can just feel calm and engaged with life again. So that's anger at its best. Anger at its worst. So I feel I understand anger at a whole different level now that I'm going through this extreme loss. Before, when I would feel angry, it was not such an extreme shift away from stress or fear or other things that were going on. But I've noticed now when anger comes up for me, it is usually when I'm feeling panicked and terrified of trying to live my life without my daughter. And then anger comes along and wipes all of that away. And I found out that anger was starting to act like a drug. I was starting to look forward to my anger. I was starting to try to find things to be angry about to give me relief from the pain. The problem with this is, after not too long, I noticed I was pushing away people. I was pushing away myself. Sometimes I would turn my anger inward at myself. It had the same effect. And I was starting to become toxic to myself and to others around me because I was just trying to use my anger as a drug to escape my pain. What have I done that helps me more healthily deal with my anger? I do feel definitely not a Zen guru on anger by any stretch of the imagination, but I do feel I've gotten a lot better at handling it and managing it, so I want to share my strategies in case they might be helpful to you. So with these strategies, when I notice anger come up, and I don't always notice that I'm getting angry or this is what's happening, so it's not a perfect solution for me yet. I'm not 100% practiced at it yet, but when I do notice anger coming up, I thank my anger first. My anger is not there to hurt me. It is there because it thinks I need it to help me with a situation. So I say, thank you, anger, for coming up and trying to give me some relief from the pain. I then take a deep breath and I ask myself, why am I really angry? Was there actually a boundary crossed or someone did something inappropriate, and the anger is there to cue me that I should take action to make this situation healthier or better for myself or someone else? If so, I thank my anger again for giving me an accurate message that something needed to be done. I feel like thanking my anger in this keeps me from overreacting to a situation where it might be reasonable to get upset or get angry, but maybe not at the level I was initially feeling. So it calms my anger down so I can think a little more rationally. Usually though, a boundary was not crossed, no one did anything inappropriate, and my anger is actually just there to try to give me some relief from the pain. So when this happens, I try to think about, what am I really needing to feel right now? What am I really needing to process right now? And I try to let my anger know, while I appreciate it trying to give me relief, I need to deal with this other emotion or this other concern. So yes, I talk to my anger like a person. With that, an author I really love is Thich Nhat Hanh, and he has a quote on anger, kind of a lengthy one, but it fits with how I've learned dealing with my anger helps the most, so I want to read it for you all. Anger is like a howling baby, suffering and crying. The baby needs his mother to embrace him. You are the mother for your baby, your anger. The moment you begin to practice breathing mindfully in and out, you have the energy of a mother to cradle and embrace the baby. Just embracing your anger, just breathing in and breathing out, that is good enough. The baby will feel relief right away. So I've found in this process that Thich Nhat Hanh is spot on. If I am just mindful about my anger, if I treat my anger with love and respect, I get relief from my anger. And of course, like I said earlier, my anger is to give me relief from something else. It's kind of a cycle, but I can handle it in a way that's a lot less toxic to myself. I can handle it in a way that's a lot less toxic to people around me. Now, all of this being said about anger, I want to end this by noting there's no such thing as a wrong emotion, especially when dealing with grief. Emotions come. Sometimes you'll have a few seconds with one emotion, and then you'll feel an emotion that seems completely opposite to it, and you'll feel like you're getting tossed around the room all day long. And the thing is, I think that's normal. There should be nothing that comes up that anyone kicks themselves for feeling when it comes to grief. If you feel shame, guilt, blame, those aren't helpful, but you also shouldn't get upset with yourself for feeling them. If you have a moment of joy and you feel guilty about having that moment of joy, that's all normal too, but maybe learn to just be more aware. I felt guilty because I felt joy, but maybe that joy was there to remind me that there's still something worth living for. Maybe that joy came because I really needed it right then. And try as much as possible to let the guilt and the shame and the blame go. So thank you all for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe. And to those of you who are struggling with your own grief and your own loss, my heart goes out to you, and I truly hope that you are able to feel the love and support in a community around you right now.